Hello everyone. Today I am going to start C. To learn C in minimum time, we will do some minimum practice to cover the topics. Initially, I will tell you the basic rules how we can learn C. What all things we should keep in mind. So, the first thing about C is a highly case sensitive language. That means we should be very particular about capital and small letters. Second thing, each statement of C should be followed by a semicolon sign or followed by a curly braces. If it is followed by semicolon, it is said to be simple statement. If it is followed by a curly brace, it is said to be compound statement. While writing our each program, we will use proper comments. Comments are to understand our logic, to understand the basic theme of the program. Comments are the non-executable lines which we write in our simple English to understand it. Double slash is used for single line comment and slash with asterisk is used for multi-line comment. While writing any of the C program, we should include libraries at the very beginning. That means whatever library we require, we should define at the top of the program which we require. Minimum one library we should always include in our every C program, that is standard input output library stdio.h. Each program must contain main function, which means whatever program we are writing, it should be connected to the main function because compiler executes the main function. The first function that executes in a C program is main function. Now, the basic structure of a C program. When we are writing our program, it follows a particular structure or a way of writing. Initially, after writing the libraries, defining the main function, we will write all the variables which we are going to use in our program, which means we will define all the variables with the nature of the variables, what kind of variable it is, and with the proper name. Proper name means if you are using a variable for length, then you may use len, l or length. That means relevant name. Second, input the unknown values. In our logic, in our program, some values must be unknown. Those values we will input. Third is follow the proper procedure or calculation or logical execution. That means whatever procedure you have to write, that we will write in the third step. Fourth step is display the desired result. Whatever question is asking, whatever the objective is, that we will print. We don't have to print the intermediate results. Now the first two statements that you should know, that is printf and scanf. Printf is used to print any values on the console. Console means screen. Scanf to input any values from the console. Now in both the statements, that is printf and scanf, we have to use some type specifiers. Type specifiers specifies the type of variable that we are going to use in place of that, in which %d means integers, %f means float, %c means character, %u means unsigned. Unsigned deals with memory addresses. %e means scientific notation of any float value. %s string, %x hexadecimal. In the same way, there are so many other type specifiers which we should know with the time. Initially, we should know minimum these three: %d for integer, %f for float, and %c for character. Rest you will be knowing or using after lot of practice. Now the first statement, printf. The syntax of printf is we will specify the message along with some type specifiers, or it may be only message, it may be only type specifier, that is as per our need. Now this message or type specifier should be enclosed within double quotes, after which we will mention one comma and write all the variables separating with a comma. Now printf statement example is here. Value of radius is %d, comma r. So value of this particular r will come on this type specifier. So the message that will be displayed will be value of radius is, if the r value is 5, so it will print here value of radius is 5. Now the second example you may see values are %d, %d, %d. Whatever values are there in ABC, that will be placed here respectively. So the message, if it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, output should be values are 1, 2 and 3. The second statement is scanf, in which we have to mention only type specifiers, and for those type specifier we will write respectively variables. For example, we have to input one variable, we will write this way scanf %d %a. So an integer value will be stored into this particular variable. If we want to input more than one value, in this way we will mention scanf %d %d %d. These 3 %d will receive 3 different values which will be stored in 3 variables, that is A, B and C. Now we will take one small example. The question is input length and breadth of a rectangle and find its area and perimeter. Now the question is asking to calculate area and perimeter. In this, 2 values are unknown, that is length and breadth. So in the previous structure I have explained, first you have to define the variables, then you have to input the unknown values, then you have to follow proper procedure. Now keeping it in mind, we will write a program. First of all, we will write a comment. This comment is for our understanding, that we may understand it later also. As it is a simple program, there is no problem, but when we will write some complex programs. Those comments will only help us to explain the logic what we are going to use. Here we have written a comment program to calculate area of a rectangle of area and perimeter. Oh, we have written only for area. Now, minimum one header file we have to include here, because printf and scanf statements are defined in this particular header file, that is stdio.h. Now we have written void main, or we can write only main, depends on the compiler that we are using. We have defined here 3 variables, length, breadth and A for area. Message I have given print enter length and breadth of a rectangle. The 2 values that user will give will be received here in 2 different variables, that is L and B. While writing scanf statement, we have to mention here ampersand. Ampersand we can read as address of. So whatever value will be given by the user will report at the address of L. The second value will report at the address of B. We have write our procedure or calculation. What we have to do is we will write A is equals to L into B. Next, printf area is %d and %d, whatever the value of A is, that will be stored here, that will be printed here. So if we have given length 2, breadth 5, the area becomes 10, so it will print area is 10. We have closed the program. Now a short practice that you will do is input length and breadth of a this we have done. One thing we have increased here, input length and breadth of a rectangle and find its area, perimeter and diagonal. While writing diagonal, you have to use this formula, diagonal is equals to under root length square plus breadth square. So to calculate this diagonal, we need to use one more function, that is pow. Pow function is used to calculate power. If you have to calculate x to the power y, you have to use this particular function. This function is defined in a header file math.h. So you have to include now 2 files, that is stdio.h and math.h, to calculate any kind of power. Now under root x means x to the power half. So instead of y you will write here 0.5. So you may try it and I hope you will get a proper result. If there is any problem, you may mention it in the comments. I will rectify it. Then the next question is input 3 sides of any triangle and calculate its area using Heron's formula, which is S is equals to A plus B by C by 2. Area is equals to under root S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. In the same, you have to use pow function here also. So I am using few functions of any header file, but you can use many, like sine, cos, tan. All the functions are defined regarding maths. All the functions are defined in math.h. So anything if you want to use regarding maths, you have to include this particular file. But before continuing with the next topic, you should practice these two programs here while pausing the video, and then only you may continue with the. If you have practiced these two things, now we can do few more programs like this exercise you have to do to calculate simple interest, compound interest. Second, swapping of two variables. This we will discuss here. If you have to write a program in which you have to swap the values of two variables, hash include whatever header files you want to. Here we need only a standard input output file, main function. We have written printf, enter two numbers, scanf, %d, %d, address of A, address of B. Now here we will print also those values. Value of A is equals to %d and value of B is equals to %d. We have written here A comma B. So the value of A will be stored here and the value of B will be stored here. Now we will take one temporary variable also, that is C. I forgot to mention the variables at the beginning. C is equals to A is equals to B is equals to C. Next again we will write the print statement. Value of A is equals to %d and value of B is equals to %d, A comma B. What happened here in this logic? The value of A is suppose 5 and the value of B is suppose 3. We have taken a temporary variable C. We have stored the value of A into C. So the value goes here, it becomes 5. A is equals to B means the value of B will be stored here and it becomes 3. B is equals to C means this value will be stored here and it becomes 5. So the last values of A and B are 3 and 5. In this way these two values are swapped. Now sometimes the question comes, swapping of two variables without using third variable. In that particular, the logic is, if the values are 2 and 3, we will do some arithmetic operation like addition or subtraction. If we have stored A plus B on the A, it becomes 5, this value overwritten. Now if we will write A minus B will be stored into B, it becomes 2, this value is overwritten. If again we will write A is equals to A minus B, so the value will be A minus B, it becomes 3, the value is swapped. So this is the second logic, this is one of the logic. I hope you have understood. Thanks for watching and good luck.